Good afternoon, Igor. This is Apurva from Govian Sports. My question is to you that you have played in India last season and you are also playing in India this season also. So how do you rate your performance from the last season to this season? And what is your experience under coach Des Buckingham?
Every season is different. Now even I'm in different clubs, so it's difficult to compare last season with this one. Obviously I'm a striker, my job is to help my team scoring goals. I'm doing it so far and I hope to keep helping the team in this way.
Thank you.
Thanks, Apurva. Anush?
Hey, Mo, you have been playing with Igor Angulo, who is comparatively young, according to you. So, what is the advice you give to young strikers, who are part of your team, to finish better, to make better improvements in the game?
Also, now that I'm older than before, I have also this responsibility, to not to say to teach the youngsters, but yes, I'm a reference for some of them. If I can help them to improve their quality, their skill, also I'm here for that. I think Igor, you mentioned, is a fantastic striker, is improving a lot even this year, and he has a very good future ahead. So we are good strikers there. Obviously the coach has to decide. We only can play with 4 foreigners. It's a trouble for the coach, but I think it's a good trouble to have the possibility to choose between very good players. So at the end, I think Igor and me, what we want is to win collectively. We are in our way to do it, and we hope to keep helping the team in this way.
Thanks, Anush. Apurva, you have a follow-up?
Yeah, just another follow-up. Igor, you are the best finisher in this club so far, and who is closest to you? Means who is the second best?
In my team,
in finishing.
In my team or in the league?
In finishing, in the training grounds. I'm saying in the training grounds, who is second?
I think this year is quite different than in last season. In this season, many players have scored goals in this club, so that's very good. Now the responsibility is only on me. Many players scored 1, 2, 3 goals even. So the responsibilities of everybody, defending, attacking. So we are a team and we have to keep in this way, and we hope to keep improving, all of us, scoring and also defending. At the end, the most important is to win.
Thank you, Igor. Thank you.
Thanks, Apurva. Guys, if there's any further questions for Igor, please put your names in the chat box. Igor, just one question from Bengal. So, as a senior player, as an experienced player, how has been your role in sort of developing and helping the young players in the team this season?
That's what I said. With the age, I have also this responsibility, not only to perform in the pitch, but also in the dressing room, in the bubble these years, to try to help the youngsters to improve their quality. It's also one of my responsibilities. I'm very close, especially to attackers of this team, so they know we have a very good relationship. We get along very well, and anything they need, they know that I'm here, and I hope not, as I said, not only to improve in the pitch, but also to helping my teammates to improve even better.
Thank you, Igor. Anush, I think you have a question.
Yeah, Igor, you and Coach Des Buckingham both are similar. You both have a similar age, and so how does it feel to have a coach with a similar age? So it will be, I think, very much easier to convey your thoughts with each other. So how is it like to have a coach with a similar age? Obviously you are working with one. He's also a young coach. So how does it feel to work with a young coach like Des Buckingham?
At the end, when you are getting older, it's normal to have this situation. It's the first time in my career that the coach is younger than me, but doesn't change anything. At the end, we know our role, we respect each other, and of course he's the coach. He has the power in the team. I'm just a regular player. I try to help in the way I can, scoring goals, and that's it. At the end, the age, we prove it. I prove it that is just a number and it's nothing important in the dressing room.
Thanks, Anush. Sham, you have a question?
Hi, Igor. Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes.
All right. Igor, you've been, like you said, in the ISL for quite a few seasons now. But this season is like no other season before. The number of cases in the league are increasing, and it's getting a little, scary by the day. Does this impact you as a player to know that there are quite a few teams with cases, in the league, and it's just very uncertain right now? Does it in any way impact you as a player in your preparation or in your performance?
No, thanks God in our bubble we don't have any positive cases, so we have to keep going. We know that in other bubbles they have, but I think all these questions about COVID stuff, it's better that the coach answer it. It's coming now after me, so you can ask him.
Thanks, Sham. Igor, just one final question. As a senior player in the team, how important has been your role and the players' role in addressing what has happened in the last 5 games?
Important, but at the end, all of us we have to be there and try to help the team. At the end, this is a very young squad, over 30 years old. I think we have only 3 or 4 players, so all of us we have to pull in the same direction, and all of us we are important. Obviously, now probably the responsibility fall in the senior players more than the others, but I think we have a good team, a young team, and all of us will have to pull in the same direction, and we think we are doing it. Yes, we have a bad run in the last 5 games, but this is going to change for sure, and I hope tomorrow we can change this dynamic.
Thank you so much, Igor.
Okay.
Good afternoon, coach. This is Apurva from Govian Sports. My
Afternoon.
question is to you that you had 15 points from first 6 matches, and you have faced then Kerala Blasters, and since then, after that defeat, the team is looking a little bit shaky. So how would you prefer to perform in the next match, and what is your thought on the matchup?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all well. Rather than just look at since we played Kerala, I look at where we are and where we sit after 11 games. And where we sit is joint third on the table, and we sit 3 points behind Kerala, who are top. So 9 games to go. We said it's not about where you are right now, it's where you finish. And we're in a strong position to make sure that we put ourselves in a position now to go on and finish strong, and that's important that we go on to do that. So that's the way we look at things here.
Thank you, coach. Just another follow-up question that we have seen that last 5 matches the team is conceding a little bit more goals. So do you think that defense need to work more, especially in the last few games we have seen that the deep. So how do you think that would change in the coming games?
Yes, it's an area certainly we want to improve. We can't go through the next 9 games conceding the goals that we have. We know that, but also it's the same players that we had at the start of the season, where they were the ones keeping clean sheets. We've kept 3 clean sheets in 11, and didn't concede those goals in the first 6 or 7 rounds. So it's the same players. We've been working very hard, and so have they on the training field. And I'm convinced it's only a short time away from turning around.
Thank you, coach. Best wishes for the next match.
Thank you.
Thanks, Apurva. Ashwati, do you have a question?
Yes, good afternoon, coach. This is Ashwati from Happy Football. So Mumbai started the season so well, but then you guys are winless in the last 5 games. Do you think the injuries of players like Rowling affected the team?
I think losing Roland and a quality of his player of his quality. It's never good for any team. But Roland was injured in pre-season and didn't really feature too much for us at the start of the season. We only managed to get him onto the field twice as a substitute. So not so much an impact in terms of a turning point for us. It's just been about making sure, we did get off to a very strong start, and I think the expectation was then we carried on doing that. And sometimes that's difficult to do, especially in a league where everybody's beating everybody. And it's important when you go through these moments, these tougher moments where maybe you don't get the results that you either feel you deserve or that you maybe want, that you look back. This has happened before, This happened last year here, where the club went through 2 or 3 games, or 3 or 4 games, where the results didn't, they weren't wins, but it's the reaction that you want, and it's important that the same way the club reacted last year, where they kicked on post this, and it's important now that reaction in the next 9 games is a positive one and one we're looking forward to.
Coach, I have a follow-up question. So COVID cases are now rising in the bio bubble and some games are getting postponed. So what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, my thoughts are obviously, I see it. It is concerning because, COVID, you don't want anybody to get COVID either in the bubble or outside. I can only speak for us. We have no cases at all here amongst our players, staff or hotel staff. So that's all we can control. So it's important that the measures that are put in place here that we follow to make sure that stays the case. And then we trust the league to manage as they have put out, and that's all we can do. So we can only control what we have, and that's making sure our players, staff and our hotel staff stay COVID free for as long as possible.
Thank you, Coach. All the best for the team.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ashwati. Anil, do you have a question?
My question was just asked by Ashwati.
Okay.
So we just skip that.
Okay. Thanks, Anil. Anush.
So coach, I'm Anush from Football India. So my question is that Kerala Blasters head coach Ivan Vukomanov just said in the pre-match press conference that he and his team are not completely ready because they haven't trained for the past few days. So, are your team ready? Is your team ready to compete with Kerala Blasters because of the current COVID situation? And it will put more pressure on you because you are taking the table numbers. So how do you feel regarding this? How are the team gelled up before this clash?
Yeah, we're ready. Like I said, we have no cases here, and our preparation fortunately hasn't been affected because of that. But I'm also aware that other clubs, obviously, it has. So again, I can only speak on behalf of us. We're as prepared and ready as we can be, and then it's up to other teams to prepare themselves, and then up for the league to make decisions on whether games can go ahead or they can't. And that's as much as I can say on that.
Thanks, Anush. Soham, you have a question?
Yeah, hi coach, this is Soham from IFTWC. Do you think there is a lack of enough bench strength as you made 5 changes to the side to keep some players fresh, but the game seemed beyond Mumbai's reach right from the get-go?
For which game, sorry?
Yeah, for the last game.
Yeah, the last game we made changes because of the short turnaround between games. I think in this league we've had some 6 or 7 day breaks, whereas the last game we only had 2 days between games. So I think it's important that you try and put the freshest team on the field that are still going to be able to perform the way that we all want, and that's what we tried to do. That didn't quite happen for us, so we made those changes at half time, and I felt we were a little bit more balanced in the second half, and we started to go back to showing the energy and the quality of football that we wanted to show from the start of the season, and that's something that we've reflected upon this week. So whoever takes to the field from the start against Kerala tomorrow will be ready to go again.
Yeah, just a follow-up question. Mumbai obviously did the double last year and there was a lot of expectations from the fans, and they've been a little disappointed by the recent results. So what do you think has gone wrong, and how will you look to rectify that against a Kerala Blasters side who are right at the top of the game?
Yeah, I think it's an exciting challenge. I think it's about not getting carried away with results. I know when we win games, I've seen some comments around how well we play, and then I've seen when we don't win games, how quickly a reaction there can be. So it's important, as I go back to what I said at the start, we don't get carried away whether we win or lose. It's not about where we are on the table right now, but we've played some really good football over the 11 games. We've put ourselves in a strong position leading into the second half of the season. Like I said, we're joint third. We sit 3 points behind Kerala, and we play Kerala, so it's an exciting opportunity to draw level with them and kick on. But it's very much about making sure over the next 9 games that we're now consistent in both performances and picking up results to make sure come the end of the season that we put ourselves in the position that we all want.
Thanks coach, and best of luck for the match.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Soham. Apurva?
Yes, coach, just another question that Kerala Blasters is coming to the game in 10 match unbeaten. So what are your thoughts on the opponent?
I really enjoy watching Kerala. I think they're fantastically coached by Ivan, and they've got some exciting players. I mentioned Adrian Luna in my last press conference leading into them. I've been really impressed watching them, and It's important though, as I always go back to say, you know, we played Chennai in, who hadn't been beaten. We played, I think it was Jamshedpur, who hadn't been beaten when we played them. Is that correct? Yeah. So it's you know, those challenges when teams haven't been beaten, or for challenges for facing teams that are maybe on a bit of a run. That's an exciting opportunity to take those teams on, and not just take them on. You know, they're there to go on and win games, but it's an exciting opportunity for us to get back on track as well.
Thank you, coach. And any injury concerns either the match? Vikram Pratap Singh is coming back or something?
Yeah, so no injury concerns as I speak to you right now, but Vikram is back in contention for the squad, so he's trained with us for the last 2 days, and we'll train fully again. We'll train fully today.
Thank you, coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Apurva. Anush, you have a question?
So coach, you know, you have been losing very rarely, and you had just lost one match before you faced Kerala Blasters. So after that match, you have been winless till now. So do you think this is the perfect opportunity for a redemption against Kerala Blasters?
I like how you've worded that. Yeah, I think you know, like I said, I had a really good chat with Ivan before the last game, and you know, that was a time where, like you said, the results turn, and this would be a very nice time for them to turn back for us. But it won't be about revenge for us. It's about making sure that we approach the game and play the way that we want. And it's important that we get a real positive reaction to set our season up for the next 9 games or 8 after this.
Thank you, coach. Best of luck in this match.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anush. Guys, if there's any further questions for the head coach, you can put your names in the chat box, or else you can call this press conference. Alright, thank you so much,
Okay.
coach.
Thank you. Thank you. See you.